Ralph.
Well, it's not wine.
Mind if I take a seat on your couch over here?
I'll see that.
Okay. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
What can I do for you?
I wanted to talk to you about your conversation with Brandon.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to go over that. How's your day going, by the way?
It's going okay.
Yeah, good. We work with the National Predator Prevention Association. Okay, so we have a few questions to ask you.
Go ahead.
Okay. How did this conversation start with you and Brandon?
I don't even know.
You don't
I
know?
was going to ask him that.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't remember talking to him or?
Yeah, I do remember talking to him. And then I found out he was 14.
Right.
And he's not even supposed to be on these adult sites.
Right.
And he was on it. And I said, don't you stay on there because there's somebody going to cause you lots of problems.
Really?
Yes. And I told him, and I think he's still on there.
Interesting.
And,
okay.
And his, because I checked his picture came up.
Right.
And I told him that's for 18 and over people.
Okay.
And he's, I think he was on this even before he met me.
I'm sure he was. Let's back up real quick. Can you tell me a little bit? You have a twin brother, right?
Identical twin.
Identical twin, Ross.
Yes, Ross or Weingarten.
Right. You all were pretty close.
Huh?
You all were pretty close.
No, we're not close at all.
You're not close?
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Why is that?
He went to jail, first of all.
Right.
For screwing around with a 14-year-old girl.
Okay.
And that was his wife's stepsister.
Interesting.
And his wife was 21, I think, when he married her. And he was 47. That tells you something. And then he ended up having sex with this 14-year-old, and he went to jail for 10 years.
That sounds like kind of something that you're going through right now.
No, I've never been with anybody underage.
You haven't?
Never.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you know, but we do have the conversations that you had with Brandon.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and go over.
You notice if I've had conversations with him, I don't want him to do anything with anybody.
I did notice that in the conversations how you would try to make sure that he wasn't being good, that he was being good, and that he wasn't messing with other men. And
I don't want him doing anything that he's supposed to wait until he's 17 or 18 before he starts all that shit.
I agree, but there were some other things. There were some other things that you did say.
Oh, what is it?
You said you wanted to.
What?
What did you say? You tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not that clueless.
No. What did they say?
You know what you said.
No, I don't know.
You don't know. You don't recall telling him that you was.
No, I don't recall that because I would never do that.
Well, sure. We have the conversations here.
That's okay. You can play them to me.
No, I'm not gonna play them to you. We can go ahead and go over them. Where you mentioned that you would perform oral copulation.
Okay, that's.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been on the app?
2 years, maybe more.
Yeah. Do you normally run across minors online?
He's the first.
He's the first one. Do you think that you're attracted to minors at all?
No, because I know he's trouble.
He's trouble.
And I told him that too.
Right. But you said
you said
you said a lot of other things too.
Go ahead, tell me
You
what.
said you would be happy to take care of his needs. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but that's like clothing and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
If he was going to come over, I was going to give him a bunch of clothes. Because I got small size.
You
But
think
I
you,
realized he was supposed to be over here today. I realized that I don't want him around me. Because if he comes around me, it's not going to be good.
I believe he was supposed to be over here for a couple days in a row that you and him had discussed.
No,
and then you kept pushing it off.
Yeah,
Right.
And I didn't want him to come over here because I think he's wanting to do something because he's at that age.
Yeah, you said he was young, dumb, and what?
Full of cum.
You're right.
But that's what everybody called me when I was young.
Right.
Young, dumb, and full of cum, and I said that to him.
Now, when you were young, would it have been appropriate for a grown man to say that he wanted to? Would it be appropriate for a grown man to have invited you over?
I didn't invite him over. He invited himself.
No.
I don't know if maybe I did.
You did. You gave your address multiple times. That's why we're here.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, well, he was
You also
to come today, and I was really thankful that he didn't.
But you also, you said that you were going to provide bus fare.
I was going to give him a bunch of tickets.
Right. So that he could shuttle back and forth here?
No, he could do whatever he wanted with the tickets.
Well, you said he could come over multiple times.
Well, but I wasn't really serious about it because I know he's underage.
Well, you were serious. You know how I know? Because you called multiple times.
I called him today multiple times.
And days before.
Really?
Correct. Now, if you were someone that was looking out for this minor, you would have reported him on the app, correct?
I told him not to be on that app.
But you would have reported him if you were looking out for his safety.
I don't know how to get hold of that app.
You know how to block people, though. And you didn't do any of that.
No. Because
why?
Because he was better off listening to my advice on that. I didn't know that I could even block him anyway.
But your advice included getting his oral copulation.
I'm not serious, okay? But I've never done that with anybody.
Do you have kids?
I had one, but she's older.
Okay. Now let's go back real quick.
And I was adjudicated her father, but my twin brother really was her father.
Yeah, speaking of your twin, tell me about the Spicer Mansion.
I don't know anything about it.
Interesting.
I know
you know quite a bit. That was your brother.
Yeah, he talked about it. I never knew what he bought it. You tell me.
You tell me. That's between y'all.
We don't even talk to each other. I learned it from a friend that I know named Elza.
How did you wind up in the Wall Street Journal?
That was a long, long time ago.
That was in 1999.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't that long ago.
Yes. What are you talking about? That's a whole lifetime ago.
But you said you and your brother weren't ever close. That article proved much different.
That was a long, long time ago.
But you all were close, correct?
Well, of course we were younger years.
Right.
But I went away from home at 17.
Okay.
I went all around the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Came back when I was 17 to finish high school. And then I wanted to go to college. My brother didn't want to go to college. He was a dummy in class. He was taking summer courses every time the year ended. He would have to take summer courses.
Now, I know you pride yourself as a very smart man, right? IQ 138 is what you claimed. But how can you be so smart, yet you go after a 14-year-old child?
I'm not going after him.
Absolutely. Do you know what luring is?
No.
You said your IQ is 138. That's a very simple term. Or is it that you know what it
Lorraine-
is, but you want to play dumb like you
No,
all have done with the
Lorraine,
Spicer
if
Mansion?
it's what I would think it is, it'd be like, Lorraine, you know what? I don't know what it is.
So maybe you shouldn't pride yourself so smart to a child. Because I'm sure a 14-year-old child would know what luring is.
He's never been over here.
I didn't say that.
Okay, and he wasn't going to come over here because I was going to say that he's not going to come over here.
Well, you did mention meeting him outside after he caught the bus.
But
you also said you would give him a
right
bike.
out here.
I know where it is. You said it multiple times, along with your address.
Yeah.
You said where the bus stop is. You said you can come in through the front, you can come in through the back, big 1-bedroom apartment.
Because I have nothing to hide from him. I have nothing to hide.
Right, but what you did was lay a foundation for him to place his feet on, right?
Yes, but...
Okay. That's all that's needed. That's considered luring. And then with your suggestion of oral copulation, that's aggravated luring.
Okay.
Okay, do you know what that is?
No.
Aggravated luring is the suggestion.
I would never, because of my brother
is the
happened to my
suggestion
brother.
of sexual activity with the invitation for someone to come, which is what you did. You're saying you would never, but you did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, okay.
We're only here upon invitation. Now, if we weren't here, then a child would be here, correct?
No.
Yes. Because you placed the invitation, you gave the address, and this not happened one time, not 2 times, not even 3 times.
Yeah, because he was talking about all this shit, and I was just trying to keep him out of trouble.
He was going along with your conversation.
Yeah, but...
Because the times when you said to get off the app, he'd say, okay. He'd say, I'll get off later. But once again, it comes back to, you didn't block him. You didn't report him. Now, someone with an IQ of 138 would be able to find a report button on a simple application.
That is great. It's great. It's on.
Mm-hmm. Simple application. Kids get on everything. It is our job as adults to stop them from doing these.
Right, he's supposed to be 17 or 18 to get on.
18. There's no 17, sir.
Well, I don't know. Some grinders, some sites are different.
We go back to your IQ. How do you not know 17 is not legal?
It is legal.
It's legal with parental consent.
I thought in high school I was taught that any girl...
If you're not 18, you need parental consent if you're over 16, sir.
Okay.
And wait, let's go back some too. You're telling a 14-year-old you're 63 years old, but your identical twin is 68.
No, it was 69. I don't know why I said that. I don't.
Why try to make yourself 5 years younger?
I don't even think I ever brought it up my age.
Why are you going after even 18-year-olds?
I'm not going after 18-year-olds.
The profile said 18. You were told 14, so you went younger to 18, then you went to 14.
No.
What business do you have messing with anybody under 50 years old?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Once again, your IQ of 138.
Yeah.
It's not playing in your favor.
I have a boyfriend over in Switzerland.
I know.
He's 32 years old.
I heard.
Okay.
Where is he?
He's in Switzerland.
My point.
He's coming in next month.
I'm sure he would like to hear that you were trying to bring a 15-year-old boy over to diddle.
You're totally wrong. I'm not going to mess around with any kid because of what happened to my brother.
Well,
now, it may appear that way, but I'm certainly not going to mess around with any kid.
Let's see. I enjoy company. Do you enjoy the company of anybody? 14.
I don't have anybody over here.
Right, but you said you enjoy company.
No, it's just talk.
What are you doing just talk with a child?
You know what?
You know what that's called?
I don't know. Give me the word.
I will. You don't have to be upset about it.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm upset because you're here.
well, I'd be upset if your 14-year-old boy was here with you.
Okay, you can be upset all you want. I know what I'm.
You don't see that as a
I
problem?
don't know. I know what I wouldn't do.
You don't see that as a problem?
I was trying to talk about of everything, and maybe I came on to him, stay away from what, because when I met him, the conversation I had to have with him was, "You're not supposed to be on this site," and I couldn't believe that he was 14 and he's going to pull that off.
Right. First, let me say this. There's no reason to get upset. All right? I'm not coming at you sideways. I'm giving you utmost respect. Okay? So, if anybody should be upset, it would be this child's parents.
His mother doesn't even watch over him. That's why he's free to go, and he doesn't even go to school.
But how is that any better to make the situation worse, sir?
I'm not going to get involved with him.
Well, you're right. You're not now.
I wouldn't then, because I already know.
All right. Let's say that you weren't, but you were just talking.
Yeah.
That's still considered immoral communication with the minor.
Okay.
Because it's not something that should be happening.
Okay.
Okay, as in you agree, or okay, as in you hear what I'm saying?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
But you disagree.
What?
You disagree.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. All right. Why does it matter whether he's a virgin or not?
I never see. I don't remember saying anything about virgin or anything, because they know he's a virgin.
But you asked if he was a virgin.
Because he said he was hit up by this other kid, and I said you stick with your own kind. If you heard that, that's right. I stick with your own kind, because I mean I messed around when I was young.
Right. And
they were all within my age group.
Right.
So I said to him, he should stay in his own age group, because he's still going through puberty right now.
Right. Now we all make mistakes, though. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not coming down hard on you for being attracted to this 14-year-old boy.
I never even met him.
But you saw pictures.
I saw two pictures, and I thought he was ugly.
You told him he was a good-looking man,
yeah,
and he was handsome. How rude is that?
What?
How rude is that?
Tell him
you pretend tell a child that they look good and they don't.
Did you see his pictures?
Well, yeah, I saw all the pictures.
How many were there?
There was quite a few. Are you saying? But are you saying?
I seen two. I seen him with his glasses on,
right,
and him without his glasses on.
Right, but you all exchange pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, you sent him pictures.
I sent him pictures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and pull up the pictures, please.
The one with the red shirt?
And a few others.
Which one? Oh, old ones. Okay.
Old or new, you sent the pictures, right?
Okay, yes.
All right. Now, good thing that I can say, you didn't send any nude pictures.
I wouldn't dare. I never.
What?
Now,
that's what a lot of guys do, so that's good that you didn't.
I wouldn't even do that on any site that I'm on.
Right. Well, whether you do or don't, you didn't. So that plays in your favor.
I don't have any nude pictures.
That plays in your favor. But I mean, besides that, the risque questions that you were asking this boy, I mean, that's heavy.
Okay.
Do you know anybody that was molested?
See, I would say probably. I mean, I was a teenager once myself.
Right.
And yeah, I've known people that have been.
How do you feel about that? Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it's like if somebody gets raped, they get over it. They get over it. Otherwise, you wouldn't ever have sex again.
You think everybody gets over it?
No, I said they get over it eventually.
Well, that's a gross statement because not everybody gets over it.
Okay. Well, that's their opinion then. I think that these people that cry they're ruined for the rest of their life shouldn't be because I've been raped. I didn't. It's nothing.
Were they older or younger than you?
Maybe a couple of years.
And
but it didn't. I got over it real quick. Because I ran away from home when I was 17. I went all around the country, okay? And I came back home, and I finished high school, because that's a priority for me. And then I went to college. And then I went to college and got 3 degrees.
All right, well, just because you were raped and you got over it doesn't mean that's everybody's story.
Well, the poor people that feel that they're mentally ill because they got raped, then that's their problem, okay? Because I wouldn't even feel that way.
You said they're mentally ill?
Well, they could develop a mental illness, like being afraid of everything and things like that.
And
I was raised...
You're mentally sound?
I'm mentally sound.
So then you don't have any excuse to not know not to contact the 14-year-old child.
He contacted me.
No, you contacted first.
I didn't.
You did. Like I said, we have the messages. Denying
him first?
Denying it just plays against you.
No, why would I contact him first?
You were curious. Like I said, we all make mistakes.
Contacted him about the ad that he was too young to be on.
No, that wasn't the first thing out of your mouth.
What was the first thing out of my mouth? Because I really don't remember.
All right, we'll go ahead and get to those messages for you. It seems like you have a lapse of memory.
Well, I had a stroke.
Okay.
And I have lots of lapses of memory because of the stroke. It was a very serious stroke.
Do you like good-looking, older, 5'8", 154, 29 waist, trim build, masculine, versatile, love romantic get-togethers? That was your first message.
And before him?
Yep.
Really? Well, I was probably maybe old enough to be on there.
Absolutely. Which I don't blame you, right? Because it said 18. He could have been 18. You never know, because he could have been younger. So
14 years old.
You weren't at fault for that. But once you were told the age, that's when the fault comes. Do you understand?
Yeah, but he was calling me too.
Right, but who's the adult?
I'm the adult.
Right.
I'm the adult.
Right.
And I knew that he shouldn't be on there, and I wasn't going to do anything with him because my brother went through the same thing.
Well, okay.
Except that he actually did something with her.
If your brother went through the same thing, why would you pretend like you're going to do the same thing? Because that's ultimately, if you're saying, oh, well, I wasn't wanting him to come over, I was just talking, then you were playing pretend. Why?
I don't know. Because I wasn't going to have anything to do with him sexually. Nothing.
That doesn't make any sense, sir.
Nothing.
That doesn't make any sense. Because let me tell you something. If I don't want to do something,
my brother went through it because of that. Plain and simple.
If
my brother went through it because of that.
If I don't want to do something, I don't give someone my address. You gave up your address multiple times.
Okay.
If you want pizza, right, you give your address. If you don't want the pizza, you don't give the address.
Okay.
You wanted the pizza.
It might have sounded like that, but no. Nope.
There was no sound about it.
Okay.
When you pursue an issue, then you want it. Because the squeaky wheel.
I've never been with
the squeaky wheel gets what?
I've never been with anybody underage.
Mr. IQ, the squeaky wheel gets what? It gets old. And you were the squeaky wheel.
Okay.
Why?
I got nothing to say to you. As a matter of fact, I want to go out and I'm going to go to my room.
All right.
Because I don't believe this. Because I didn't do anything.
Right. You didn't do anything because we showed up.
No. I had made up my mind.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let's say he did show up. What would you have done?
I wouldn't have sex with him. I know that.
Well, what would you have done? Can you tell me that?
I think that I would probably try to talk some sense into him that he's got to go out with his. If he wants to go out with guys, he should go out with guys his age. I told him that. You should listen to all my conversations I had with him.
I did. And remember, I gave you kudos because I said, all right. I gave you kudos because I said that not initially, excuse me. There were times when you'd say, hey, get off the app. There were times when you said, hey, you don't belong on here. You did say that. I give that to you. But what?
I'm not going to jeopardize my situation.
What is your situation? Oh, your living situation.
I'm retired.
That's what
and I'm going to move away, and I want to move to Florida.
Nice place.
I don't want to be out here anymore.
Tired of the cold, aren't you?
I used to live in Southern California, too. That's my other choice. It's either Texas, California, or Florida. Florida's humid. Texas is dry. California is dry.
Do you like the dry heat or the?
I was in Orange County, California for my upper college years.
Yeah.
I went out there to go to school. I ended up working at a yacht club, and I became the assistant manager of the yacht club. And I moved up real quick. I started as a busboy, and within 2 months or 3 months, I was busboy, waiter, and then head waiter, and then assistant manager.
Yeah. Now, which place did you like better?
California.
Why?
Southern California.
I love SoCal.
Huh?
I like SoCal a lot. Southern California.
In Orange County, California, which is a really, really upscale area. Newport Beach is where I worked. And Newport Beach, all the homes are multi-million-dollar homes.
It's a beautiful place. I've been to Newport Beach.
Okay, Newport Beach is, well, you know what that.
Yeah.
And because they have all kinds of other beaches, but Newport is exclusive. And like they had Long Beach. Long Beach is it's a rougher area.
Yeah, it is.
And the other one is a teenage area, or a young person area, is Huntington Beach.
Okay, I haven't been there yet.
That's Huntington Beach is where the younger kids go, like maybe 18 and to 20-something, maybe even 30-something. And then Newport Beach is, well, I was only 25 when 24 or 25 when I was out there.
So you've done a lot of traveling.
Yes, and I've traveled all around the world, including Russia.
Yeah.
I was in Russia for...
Where's your favorite place in the world?
Maybe Southern California.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mexico is nice. I went to Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, San Lucas. Haven't been to Mexico yet. I'd like to go, though.
Well, Cabo San Lucas is geared towards the traveler, and you have to go outside of Cabo San Lucas. You could probably live in Mexico for cheap, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always went on vacation.
Did you stay out of trouble in your travels? You ever get into any trouble in your travels?
I had a lot of fun when I traveled.
Yeah.
I was I was popular.
What kind of work were you doing?
Traveling?
No, before you retired, what'd you retire from?
I owned a business.
Yeah.
Two businesses. That's when I was 23, right there.
Okay, handsome man.
And well, the mustaches were in style though.
Right. They're still in style, just depends who it
And
is.
I was 23, and I was out at the Cape. I was visiting maybe not. My parents have a house out of the Cape in East Dennis. Now, they're both dead. They just died. One died 2 years ago, and the other one died 4 years ago. And I had that picture done out in Provincetown, and I think it was really cheap. And it was like $20. And then my mother framed it, but I think $20 for that was really nice.
Did you ever get into any trouble in your travels?
Not that I could think of. I've never been arrested for anything.
No.
Except traffic tickets. But I didn't get arrested for traffic tickets. I only got traffic tickets.
Yeah.
And never sexual assault or anything. My brother was good for that. He's got a different personality than I do. He's got a narcissistic psychopath. That suits him well because.
How did you all grow up? Were your parents decent? Did they abuse you at all?
My parents were. My father was arrested when I was 11 years old in the 5th grade because he beat me so bad. They arrested him, and guess what he did? He paid the bail or bond, whatever, and he took us, my brother and I, the two twins, away from my mother. She had to take care of 2 handicapped kids and a normal older kid, and he took us all around the country. And he was the one that was not supposed to take us anywhere, I think, because he got arrested for beating me up.
Right.
I never said anything to him because I was afraid to say anything to him about it because they told me he was arrested but he was constantly beating my mother up. And then the time he went away from home, he was beating my mother up all the time, and I just didn't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
And he was a he was a chief of police, and he was at first a policeman, and then he became the chief of police.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You made a statement earlier that if you've gotten raped, they'll get over it. Now, with your mother being beat and abused, do you have that same thoughts about her?
My mother put up with it. I don't know why she put up with it. She left 4 times. One time we went to Colorado, and the only reason my father got to my mother because he was trying to call. He was getting the information out of my brother's girlfriend. My father was.
Interesting.
And she gave, I guess, she must have told him that because he was out in Colorado. But my father's voice at the time was we could interchange, just like my brother's voice is identical to mine.
Y'all sound just alike.
Right, you know. I never used this doorbell.
Yeah, she's just trying to come back in.
I don't know which one it is. I hit them all.
So you said you do or you don't have that same thought about your mother,
What?
that she can get over it.
What are you talking about?
The
I
comment.
love my mother.
Right. So do you have that same sentiment that she can get over it? She can get over the abuse.
I don't know why this. I guess I'm gonna have to go let her in. She doesn't know how to use it.
just had to push a button. He didn't know how.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You can move that clock. It doesn't. It's not running anyway.
Okay, we were talking about your mother. I asked.
What about her? What about her? She died.
No, I was asking, do you have that same sentiment about abuse victims with your mother?
She was abused.
Right, but do you have that sentiment like she, like, F it, she could have gotten over it? Like, do you feel any way
My mother
about
did
that
get
at all?
over it. Every time she took it back, she obviously got over it.
You know, well, it's actually,
She split with him 5 times.
but it's the.
And I said, why don't you divorce him? Why don't you get rid of him? But I think he would have killed her.
Yeah.
He would have, you know, found out. Probably would have killed us all.
Yeah. But
I'm afraid my brother's going to kill me.
You say you're afraid your brother's going to kill you?
My twin. But
Yeah, I know. Why are you afraid he's going to kill you?
because he's nuts. He's nuts. He's a narcissistic psychopath.
Okay. One thing about victims, especially women in abuse situations, it's not that they get over it, that they go back. That's not why they go back.
Well, my brother hires all black women, and the one he went to jail for was a black woman too, and he was married to a black woman,
Okay.
and now he's got all black women working for him. Nobody else.
How's he have him work? He's out of prison now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's over in
He's not allowed
Putnam.
to be around kids. He's not allowed to be we used to do my brother and I used to do the Woodstock Fair every year, and he was not allowed to go to that fair. All kind of stuff. I think they relax it now because he knows better to get in any trouble now.
Yeah.
But I think he killed my older brother, and he killed my mother, and he killed my father.
How so?
Because they died only when they were around him.
So you think that there was foul play, as in he murdered them, or just the person he was caused them to die?
He killed them. They made it me. My mother fell down the stairs, and she was an excellent stair person. She was up. They got a house on the lake in Lake Bungie in Woodstock, and she fell down the stairs out there, hit her head on the bottom, and then she was. And my brother didn't tell me that she was injured and in the hospital until the day before she died. It was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They both could have told me that. My father didn't tell me. Probably because my brother said, "Don't tell him," because I would have thrown a fit. Okay, and then my father died. The only one time I've seen him, he died two days later, and then my handicapped brother, who was retarded and physically handicapped, he was in Ross's care when he died. And
Interesting.
he shouldn't have died at all. He was only 2 years older than me, and all of us had to have longevity.
So it's kind of hard to believe, like, all the time you spent with your brother, y'all didn't get into any trouble together.
I didn't do anything that he did that would get me into trouble. I might have got traffic tickets. That's it.
Yeah.
I think I got arrested. No, I didn't. My friend got arrested. Okay, we went out to a nightclub, and my friend got into a fight, and he got arrested. I never got into any fights with anyone.
Gotcha.
Not a violent person.
Yeah, just a sexual person.
No.
Which is nothing wrong with that. You're grown, and you have the right to do that.
Yeah, but I'm not sexual anymore.
What do you mean?
In other words, I have ED.
You have what?
ED.
Okay.
Because of my age.
Well, let me ask you. You said you asked Brandon if he wanted to.
I got ED.
How would you have had sex with him if you have ED?
I wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So it just would have been the thing, not the...
It wouldn't even have been that. I knew that. I knew that he was trouble. Anybody that age is trouble.
Do you kind of like flirting with trouble a little bit?
No. I don't remember exactly how the things went. Okay, but I know I told him multiple times. He's got to get his shit together, and he's got to stay away from people like me, my age. Well, what would he be contacting me for anyway?
Well, because you reached out, remember? You reached out and said something, so he replied to you.
Maybe I thought he was older and contacted on in the ad, but after that, I
can't go to ages. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the message where it shows where he told you the age and where you saw the age and you replied, and maybe this will help bring back some memory.
He didn't put his age in the ad.
No, it wasn't in the ad, but it was in the messages when you all were talking back and forth. It was like within the first 3 messages, he told you his age.
Okay, well, he told me his age.
Here, let me just go ahead and show you real quick. You can see, right? You don't need glasses?
I can't see from here.
Well, I'm going to bring it to you.
How'd you get involved with this anyway?
You say, how old are you, cutie?
Oh, yeah, well,
right?
Yeah.
And it says 14.
Yeah, okay.
How about you? And then the conversation continued. We can only talk, you underage. So then you were saying, okay, you're underage, so we can only have a conversation. That's one of the times I was telling you when you actually did good, right? Then it was normal conversation. Do you live with your parents? We can talk again and again if you wish, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to you, Brandon. You can ask me anything you want to. What did you mean by that? Exactly.
Ask me anything he wants to. He's 14 years old. He may have a million questions.
Now, one thing you did say, you said you're a psychologist. Is that true?
Yes. But married psychologist, and I did it a long time ago.
Were you practicing? You did practice as a psychologist and have your degree as a psychologist.
I have 3 degrees.
Okay. So let me ask you this then. As a psychologist, you know the type of detriment abuse puts on children's minds, right? Because that's something that you would have studied while you were in school.
Yeah. And I've studied abnormal psych and everything.
Right. So I know if that's the truth, then you have to know. Probably done.
What are you doing? Is that taping?
Yeah, this is her.
Yeah. I have to do it for your
Good, how are
safety
you?
of mine, for documentation purposes.
I've said everything I was going to say.
We were gonna. Well, what I'm saying is, with you
I
having.
didn't do nothing to him.
No, you didn't. No, we're not on that right now because you didn't. That's right, because we're here. So that wasn't.
Not because you're here. I wouldn't do anything to him.
Okay.
Because I knew I was thinking about it. This would be the same as what my brother went through.
Right.
Because my brother got hit on this by this girl. Why didn't his wife go to jail too? Since she was doing it in the bed, the same bed they were doing it. The wife never got charged with anything. And how come she didn't when she was an adult? My brother got 10 years in jail, but she didn't get no time.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Huh?
I said, yeah, that's bogus.
Why didn't they go through that? She was black. They were both black. They had 2 different fathers, but they were both black girls. And her mother was from East Hartford.
Okay.
But they went to Jamaica to get out of this system.
Yeah. Let's go back to what we were talking about.
Okay, what were we talking about? I don't even know.
You okay?
No, I'm not okay.
All right. Yeah, I understand. But just know I'm not here to hurt you, okay? I'm not here to...
I'm not here to hurt this Brandon.
So...
Now, I'm not going to
But remember what I said at the beginning?
What?
The only time I show up is when there's an invitation. Now, I'm not saying...
You mean I should have just like told you to get away from me?
Yeah. All right, so listen. I'm not saying that you were intending to hurt Brandon at all. Okay?
No, and I wouldn't have been...
I'm not saying that was your intention, but I am saying that there was mistakes that were made.
Yes, but I
Would you agree?
I know what I know what I would do because I wouldn't mess around with anybody underage.
I hear you, but would you agree
And
that
I
there
never
were...
have. You don't think that would have come out a long time ago?
Would you agree that there were mistakes made?
Yes.
Okay.
Mistakes made.
That's
He doesn't have a father in his life.
That's all that's...
I know, but he doesn't have a father in his life. We knew that, right?
And you had an abusive father in yours.
Yes.
Which is better?
I think having a father is better than not having a father at all.
He's going to be here in a few.
I think that having a father is better than not having a father.
You think it's better to have an abusive father than no father?
Well, my father was abusive, but he wasn't all the time. He had to work and he had to do this and
Well,
that.
yeah. But that also...
I got over it.
Once again...
When I went to school, when I was black and blue from head to toe, I went to school. I was really shocked that they took me into the office and made me take off my clothes and seen that I was bruised all over. And then they didn't tell me that he was arrested. I had to find out when I got home.
Were you glad he got arrested?
No.
You wanted him to be home beating you?
Are you serious? What? You don't want to have my brain? No, I don't want to be beaten. I didn't want to be beaten, but that's what I had to put up with.
Right.
And I think after that, he learned from 11 years old. He maybe hit me a couple times after that, but he didn't use the force that he used because my mother and him were not getting along. And I let her, in Michigan, it gets real cold in the winter. Real cold.
It does.
No, I mean, minus 40 below and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Just like Wisconsin and Minnesota. I worked in Minnesota for a while. My father locked my mother out of the house, and it was snowing out, and it was really cold. So I went down in the basement and locked the door so she could come into the basement and then come upstairs. And then that's why he beat me.
Right. So, what you have to...
Normally, he wasn't the disciplinarian. My mom was a disciplinarian. And I would go, and she'd give me the belt, and then she'd close the door, and then I'd be laughing, and she had to come back and give it to me again because she figured I didn't learn my lesson because I'd laughed, you know.
As a psychologist, would you say everybody's the same?
No, everybody's different.
With that understanding, how can you tell everybody to get over what abuse they've been through?
Okay.
What,
just to say it, okay? But no, a lot of people won't get over a lot of things.
Right. But they can learn too.
I got beaten up, but I got over it. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
And I got raped, and I got over it.
Right, but you just...
But maybe I take a different attitude.
But you just did agree.
Maybe I take a different attitude.
You said maybe you need to take a different attitude?
No, maybe I sound like I was taking a different attitude.
Yeah, it sounded like you were saying, well, if you got raped, fuck you, and you can get over it.
I know. A lot of people can't.
This is just an observation of mine. You said your brother was a narcissist and whatnot, but some of the comments,
narcissistic psychopath,
right? Some of the comments
he's in my college books as a psychopathic.
Now I think you are
narcissistic psychopath.
You are probably a nice guy, but you make some very narcissistic comments. I don't know if you listen to yourself.
Well, I think that my shit don't stink, if that's what you want to know. But it does stink.
We are coming to a peak.
No, it does stink.
Right.
Does stink. But I think I've been blessed with good genes in my life. That's what I'm really saying. It's a nice way of saying it. That I'm not arrogant, not this. I probably am a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I would say so.
okay. But I normally treat people really kind.
Yeah, I can see that. I think you do. But you have this
And
air
when I had
about
to
you.
listen to them, when I had to listen to all their problems, I was really kind. You know, like
But for some reason, you give off this vibe like you talk shit about them in your head.
I was not expecting this to go down to today. Not
Yeah.
expecting anything. I was just watching TV in my room.
Right.
This is the first company I've ever had here.
Well, thank you for company. Your place looks nice, by the way. I think you've done some great decoration.
That's my mother.
Some
right
nice
there.
pieces.
That's my mother right there.
I like the bike.
Yeah, she's a blonde in that, but it's a black and white picture.
Right.
And she met my father in that bike.
Now, you did say that there were some mistakes made today.
Sure.
Or I'd say over this course of what? It's been about 3 weeks, right? That you've been talking to Brandon?
I don't even know if it's been that long.
It has.
Wow.
3 weeks, almost 4.
Wow. Wow, I've never seen him.
Right. But you did want to, and that's the issue that we're dealing with, because that's illegal. And you having a brother that's been through this situation, you know that, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think I was committing any crime because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't with it.
All right, so let me give you, now this isn't an example to say what you did was like, okay, let's say, remember being in school.
I figured he was...
Go ahead and let me finish, because I'll let you talk, and, we can go back and forth. Let's say, like, you're in school, and you tell one of your friends, I'm going to go slap Johnny. Now, say your friend goes to tell the teacher, right? Do you think the teacher is going to come talk to you for saying that you were going to slap Johnny? Well, for sure. You may not have done it, but you sure did say you were going to do it, which is an indication of a plan. Now, yes, there's freedom of speech, but as adults, we should really be careful how, when, and who we use our freedom of speech with. Would you agree? For sure.
But it wasn't going to go anywhere with Brandon. It wasn't, because, like I said, my brother went to jail for 10 years. And I told Brandon that. I told Brandon that. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yep. That's how I found your brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I know every bit of the conversation. I know the phone conversations. I know the text message. That's why I was telling you before, denying it doesn't help, because we already know. What we're trying to do is help you.
I'm listening to you.
You are, and I appreciate it.
And it ain't gonna happen again.
Good.
Because anybody that's underage, I'm gonna say, get away from me.
You should be blocking them or reporting them. There's a report right there on the app. You can report minors. I
don't use that app very much.
You're on there a lot.
Yeah, but I don't contact many people.
Huh.
As a matter of fact, a lot of these people are looking for someone as a mate.
Yeah.
And even though Grindr, it's supposed to be a sex-based thing, Grindr.
Right.
But there's a lot of people looking for someone to love.
Yeah, they're looking for a lot of things on there.
Well,
what were you looking for on there? I would hope it's not what you found on there.
Well, no, I actually am engaged to guy.
How do you think he would feel that you were on
He
there?
found me in Grinder, and he's over in Switzerland. And then another one that contacted me from Turkey. He's 10 years older. He's 40s, and he found me on Grinder. And I don't know why they think I'm a prize because I'm 70 years old, almost 70 years old. I can't
You
see
are.
that.
So what business do you have being on the app talking to youngsters, sir?
Like I said, if I contacted him, I contacted him because I thought he was older.
You did, right? And we've gone over that. And remember, once again, he gave you the age, and you continue the conversation.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking.
Because,
like when you think about it, why did
you?
you continue to engage in conversation? Why did you say the things you did? Honestly.
Yeah, because of my psychology degree. I felt as though I could talk him and tell him that he should stay with his own kind.
Now, I know some of the things you learned in psychology, because I went to college myself, all right? Some of the classes you had to take for psychology, I had to take for social work, all right?
Yeah.
So...
It makes sense.
All right, so I know some of the things you said were not part of your education.
Right.
So where did that line stop being?
Come
Go
in.
ahead. Where did that line stop being drawn? Where did that line stop being drawn afterward?
How are you?
How's it going?
What's going on?
This here's Ralph.
It's Ralph.
And he's invited a 14-year-old over for oral copulation and other activities. We were having a conversation with him about that.
All right. You called?
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk to you?
Yep.
Am I being arrested? I'm talking to you. I didn't do nothing. I told you what I told you.
Yeah, and like I said, we have the messages.
Yeah, okay. And what are you going to do? Try and screw me?
I'm not trying to screw you, sir.
You are.
No, sir.
I've never been arrested before in my life.
All right.
What's your name, sir?
It's Ralph, R-A-L-P-H.
All right, and your last name?
W-E-I-N-G-A-R-T-E-N.
What's going on here today, Ralph?
He's talking to me about this kid who I've never met. But I met him on, which is a website that guys go on, and then I come to find out after I knew him that he's 14 years old, and I said you're nothing but jailbait, and you're gonna be you gotta go out and find somebody your own age, because my brother went through this with a girl that he dated his.
You familiar with Ross?
Who?
Ross,
That was a long time ago when he
Okay.
went to jail.
2006.
But he had multiple accounts with her over a period of time. And then he was taking her to school, and they were doing that kind of stuff.
Right, but what's going on with you today? Why are we here today?
You know, I guess supposedly this boy, which I don't know, who contacted you?
You did, sir.
No. I didn't
Ralph
know.
contacted Brandon on, and
he
they
was
had
on Grindr.
been talking over a period of about 3 weeks. And he's invited him over multiple times, given his address multiple times. There was phone conversations
Yes.
as well.
Yes. And I've never
and
seen
he's-
him. I've never seen him in my life. And you know that.
Yeah, he hasn't met him. And I said, you haven't met him because we're here.
Why I'm being arrested for something.
You're not under arrest. I'm not arresting anyone. Who's this Brandon boy to you?
I don't even know what his last name is. He was on a site, which is supposed to be over 18. It's an adult site.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know if I answered him or if he answered me, but he said I answered him, but I don't know that. But when I found out he was 14, I was shocked, and I told him, you know, he's not supposed to be on that site. It's illegal for him to be on that site. He's supposed to be 18 or over, right?
Correct.
How did you communicate with him?
Well, initially I was on that site. Then
Okay. You used a computer to message with him?
No, I don't even have a computer set up. Just on my phone.
On your phone.
It was on the, and then it went to text message.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
And then I said, the last thing I said, I don't want to be. Why don't we just text back and forth with my regular phone? I don't even know if he's texted me yet. I don't think he has.
What do you mean by your regular phone?
I have the phone number I have.
The phone number you have?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be on that site.
Do you have an account with?
It's free.
It's free. Okay.
But unless you want to pay, and then they give you more choices. But I didn't go. Well,
Okay. What'd you say to this individual, Brandon, on these messages here? Would you ever FaceTime with him or send a picture of
no,
yourself?
not FaceTime. No.
Okay. How did you communicate with him? What's the method?
Well, on the Grindr app, you just go into that site, and then I just gave my phone number just recently, so we could get off that site, but we've never communicated on the phone.
Okay. When you communicated, did you send emails, chat messages, instant messages? How did you do it?
I sent him some pictures, so I guess it's like being on. You go down to you email or something like that, I don't know.
You don't know how you communicated with him?
Well, no. Just recently, I sent him some pictures.
Okay.
So I must have emailed him.
Okay.
It was
You
text
sent them on your
message.
phone to
No,
him?
Yeah, but it would have went to that site. It would have went to that Grindr site. Because I didn't send him anything over the phone yet because I haven't talked to him on the phone.
You did talk on the phone.
I did?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
What pictures
Well,
did you?
it must have been just recently. No, just pictures of me.
The pictures of you, like your face?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he send you pictures of his face?
I don't know. Did he send me pictures of my face that you
No,
know
that's
about?
only what you know, right? Do you
I don't
remember
think
him?
he did. I never received any pictures but the ones he had in his ad.
Okay, he had
'Cause
pictures on his
said,
ad.
He said 20 pictures or something like that. He did have 20 pictures.
The boy sent you 20 pictures?
No, he said he had 20 pictures. I said there's only 2 pictures that he put on that ad.
Okay. Where's your phone now?
It's in my room.
All right. Can you still see the picture that you sent to him?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The pictures I have in my you know, when you have to take your pictures and you save them?
Yep.
Yeah, there's those kind of pictures.
Okay. Was there some plan for him to come and meet up with you at some point?
And that's why I was saying to him, I didn't meet him, and I'm never going to meet him because he's underage.
Right. But
And you say, yeah, I said this and I said that, but yeah, it was just talk. My brother would think.
right. What did you say to him, to this random person?
He'll tell you.
Well, I'm asking you. He didn't send the thing, did he?
No.
It's you, right? So what did you send?
Well, what did I say? Or what did I send?
Yeah, both.
I sent pictures of me, maybe 3 pictures,
Yeah.
and I probably said something to him. But,
Like what? What would you say to him?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
He's got them all done.
Right. Well, I think you just don't want to say. You remember what
No,
you
because
told him.
no, because I didn't remember. I told you I didn't remember saying it.
No, you said you remembered, but
Remembered what?
Did you ask him to come here?
No, he wanted to come here. I might have read it, but I wasn't gonna do it. He's in Putnam, and I'm in Danielson, so he would have had to
He's
figure
in
out the
Putnam?
thing. And I can only take transportation by the bus because I don't have a car.
Right. Putnam, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could come to Putnam.
And you,
Yeah,
he wanted to come down here and see you?
He asked.
I think he did. I don't know because we haven't seen each other. Never met him. Never ever met him.
Okay. Do you normally use Grindr?
I've been, yeah, that's it. It's for an adult site for people to meet people.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, gay people.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. So do you have people come by and visit once in a while from Grindr?
I don't think I've had anybody here
Nobody?
since I've been here.
How long have you been on the Grindr app?
Several months.
Several months?
No. Grindr. I've been on Grindr for a couple of years.
Okay. How long have you been in this building?
Several months, maybe more.
Okay.
I don't remember what time of the year I moved in here, but it was probably in the winter months or maybe the spring months.
Okay.
No, maybe it was the winter, the fall.
Okay.
I can get these all in, like,
Well.
reviewed and needed, like, from start to finish, obviously, because they are saved out of order right now.
When did you figure out the kid was underage?
When I talked to him, and he told me he was 14, I said that he shouldn't be on that Grindr because it's 18 years old. And he said, well, he I don't know. He was determined to be on there, and then he it just doesn't make any sense, but what after my brother went through, I really wouldn't have done anything. But you don't believe that anyway, so.
So you talked to him on the phone.
Yeah. Well, you said I did, right?
I'm asking you.
I know,
He doesn't know what you did.
Yeah, he knows more than what I know
Why is that?
because he put a thing on. Tell me what he's got all my conversations and everything.
All right. Well, my question to you is there a reason you don't know why you called this boy on the phone or how many times you talked to him? Why don't you remember that?
No, I remember that.
Okay. So how many times did you talk to him?
Probably. Well, you said it's about a month, but maybe 3 weeks and maybe several times.
Okay. So after the first time you talked to him, you could figure out he was a 14-year-old?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. What was the reason to talk to him again?
Well, I'm a psychologist, but I thought I could. I told him that what he should do is be with young boys his own age if he wants to be with young boys his own age.
Mhm.
And then he has a mother and he doesn't have a father.
Right. You're a psychologist?
Yes.
Are you still practicing?
No.
When did you end your practice?
I was a psychologist maybe in my mid-20s to maybe my mid-30s, maybe Because I've had other jobs too.
Like what? What have you done?
Well, I was an owner of a school bus company and transportation services, livery service actually. And it was limousines, vans, cars, buses. I did that for a long time. And then I owned I owned a business in Auburn, Mass. And it was called Spa King Factory Outlet. And that was hot tubs and fireplaces and outdoor living rooms and stuff like that.
Okay. Then what'd you do?
I worked for Lowe's for 5 years, for
Lowe's?
4 years.
Okay.
After that, and I used to do a show at the Woodstock Fair for 18 years, and I used to make a good amount of money with that one. And I haven't worked now for a few years, but I'm determined to get back.
Is there a reason why you're not working?
Because I'm almost 70 years old.
Right.
That's why.
That's all?
Yeah.
Just trying to slow down a little bit? Because you've done
No.
quite a bit in your life.
Yeah.
You've been a
No, I
busy
don't want
guy.
to slow down. I want to go back to work.
You want to go back to work?
I'm too
We put
bored.
these lights on here.
Too bored.
Too boring? Yeah.
Yeah, you want some lights on?
Sure, lights are good.
You could turn that one on.
So how many times did you have a verbal conversation on the phone with this individual, Brandon?
I don't know how many verbal conversations. Probably not verbal. Just through the.
Well, you've had more than one conversation with the boy. We just went through that on the
Yeah.
phone when you talked to him. It's definitely more than one conversation.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, because that's what we were conversing on. Good conversion there.
Right? I understand that's
But
part
I
of
don't
it.
believe that. If I talked to him on my regular phone, you mean him to me to him? Okay. Then I definitely.
Right, but we've already been through that. That's when you determined the boy was 14. You can't play off here now like I never talked to the
No,
kid
no,
on
no.
the phone. We just went over it, sir. On at least 2 occasions you talked to this individual on the
No,
phone.
several.
Several. Which means what?
Oh, several times.
Define several.
I don't really know. I don't really know.
What's several? 30?
No.
That's not? How about 35? Is that several?
I don't know.
You don't know if 35 is several?
No. I don't know that I even talked to him even 20 times.
20?
No, I don't know.
10?
Well, I said several, so whatever that is.
Well, I'm asking you.
I don't think I even talked to him 10 times.
No?
You know.
He's not giving your answers.
But he did before.
Not to me.
Okay.
I'm not playing that game, Ralph.
Yeah, but it's okay. There's no game here.
There's definitely a game. There's definitely a game. Right?
Yeah, but-
You're an intelligent guy,
Okay.
right? I can see through this veil.
Okay.
We're not going to play Mickey the Dunce here.
No, but I maybe spoke to him maybe several times, maybe 10, but I don't think 20 or 30 times.
Right. And what did you guys talk about in these verbal conversations?
Well, he was trying to get somebody to have sex with him.
Yeah.
So.
So during these several conversations,
Well, I probably said some things to him, but I also said the most important things was that he shouldn't be doing any of this, and he's going to get in trouble because he's messing around with 15 years old is crazy.
right? Did you contact DCF or anybody to alert them to this wayward
I
youth
never thought
issue?
of that. I never thought of that.
Never, really, as a psychologist, that's
Yeah.
not something you considered?
I never thought of it. Really, I never thought of it.
And used to have a school bus company, right?
I used to transport kids. Yes.
Yeah. And that never came to mind that someone, maybe the school system, DCF, the police might be want to alert it to this.
I've never been in trouble in my life.
Right. How about this boy? Do you think he was in trouble?
I don't think he was in trouble with me, but maybe other people perceive it as that. I don't know.
So, did you consider contacting someone, or we just continue to call him?
I don't know, because obviously these people let me know.
Right. Well, you do know because you dialed the phone.
I
No one
know,
else came in
but-
here and
but
dialed it for
I-
you, Ralph.
But I don't know. I wasn't intention on doing anything with him because he's underage.
Right.
And my brother found this out the hard way.
Right. But the conversations were sexual in nature.
Yeah, some yes.
Okay.
Some of them, not all of them.
Right. Well, we can't have all conversations about sex.
Yeah. And like I said, I have ED. So I don't picture myself being with anybody.
Mm. You have what now?
ED.
Erectile dysfunction?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've had it for a few years.
Right.
So I can't do anything.
So why go on Grindr?
Well, that's for adults. It's two adults.
Right.
It doesn't make any difference.
So with an adult, we're past the ED, it's not an issue, but with a child, erectile dysfunction becomes an issue.
No,
I'm just trying to understand your answer, Ralph.
I can't get it up anyway.
Right.
So it wouldn't matter whether it was, like you say, like adults.
Right.
Is there anything else? Okay. I can't. And I mean, I could probably go on pills, but I don't. I could go on pills, but I don't.
Do you have no pills here for erectile dysfunction? No? How come?
Because I don't plan on doing anything. If I was going to do anything, I'd get the pills. I'd get the pills.
But if you've been on Grindr
Yeah.
and we're reaching out to people, the purpose of Grindr is what? To exchange recipes, or
No.
it's not, right? I'm familiar with Grindr.
Yeah. It's to have sex.
It's to have sex.
That's what it's for.
Right.
A lot
So
of
the
people.
purpose of it
a lot
is
of
to
people
have
get
sex.
on there to meet somebody and they
Right.
fall in love.
Great. Right.
But that's not what they're. That's what they're not. What they're for. That's like eHarmony.
Right.
You know, eHarmony's for relationships. Grinders, and men are just well, men can be pigs.
Right. Right. So we go through all that. We contact people on Grindr. We have a conversation with this individual, Brandon, for how long?
I don't know, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And we have no pill here. I could get a pill, but I didn't get a pill.
Yeah, I can get pills. You can order them online.
Right.
You can order them on Grindr. But I've never ordered them.
I don't know if I'd go with that one, Ralph, if I were you, but
Well, there's some that my doctor recommended, and I didn't pick them up, but they're still at the pharmacy.
yeah.
Because I didn't want to pick them up because I didn't think they'd work anyway.
What pharmacy?
Danielson.
Danielson Pharmacy?
It's the Danielson Pharmacy. It's on Westcott Road.
Yep. And you never picked them up,
Never picked them up.
but they got filled.
Yeah, because my doctor recommended it, and I really was surprised when I seen it on there. But I didn't pick it up because I would have had to pay for it,
Yeah.
and I don't have that money. I only make $840 a month.
Who's your doctor?
I don't even know that, but it's from Generations. I know that Generations is the only one that's dealt with me.
Well, Ralph, you seem to have what I would call convenient memory loss gaps.
No, I don't
I
have.
can't remember my doctor that prescribed these
I don't
pills
even
for
know my
me.
doctor's name is because my
Right.
doctor, my regular doctor, was in Willimantic.
Right.
And he's since retired. And his name
Right.
is Dr. Gillian or something.
Yeah.
Gillis or something like that. So now I don't know who my doctor is.
Right.
I don't even know his name.
Right.
I don't even know if it's a man or a woman.
Have you seen him?
I've never seen
Her?
him. No.
Never seen him.
No.
Never been examined.
No. I haven't been examined since Willimantic.
Okay. Well, doctors don't prescribe without an examination.
I had a woman doctor at one point, and I said, no, I didn't want a woman doctor. But that was a long time ago.
Mm.
So, there must have been somebody assigned to me here down at this branch in town, but I don't know who it is.
Right. You talk to any other people like Brandon on?
No, I haven't really done anything.
Right.
I've never had anybody at this house.
When you're on the phone, you figure out he's a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There were no other clues in the type and context of the conversations when you had this over with Brandon that he wasn't an adult.
No, I figured out that he wasn't an adult, and maybe we talked about that, and I said, you're not supposed to be on there.
Right.
And
But
he's
you
still
called
on
him
there.
anyways.
He's still on there.
Right. But you called him on the phone anyways.
Yes.
Why?
Because I figured rather than being some evil piece of shit, that I would be, good to him, because I wouldn't,
Explain to me how you were going to be good to him.
because I took psychology.
Right. How are you going to be good to him?
I keep him out of trouble because he shouldn't be meeting anybody at his age.
Right.
And if he does, he should only meet people his own age.
Right.
Right?
And you're what age?
69.
Okay. And how are you going to be good to him at 69?
I'm talking about good as in I'm talking to him and stuff like that. Because I told him he should go out with if he's going to be going out with anybody, and he's got that information. But
Right, but I don't understand the part where you're going to be good to him when he's whatever age he is and you are what your age is.
yes,
You acknowledge he's underage, right?
and I've never met him.
That's fine. But we continue to have the phone conversations.
Yes, we did.
Right? And the phone conversations are of a sexual nature.
Some of them.
Right? Some of them. Right? How is that being good to him? What was the ultimate goal of goodness here?
He's gay,
Yeah.
and I'm gay.
Okay.
So we have those conversations, but there was nothing that was going to come of anything because he's underage, and I know that for a fact because my brother got in trouble for it.
Right.
But screwing around with this girl who was underage,
Right.
and that was his wife's stepsister,
Right.
and his wife was even young, and she 21.
But your brother's not here. He doesn't live with you,
No,
right?
no.
He has nothing to do
He
with
has
this.
nothing to do with this.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think my brother would be shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is not my intention to be with anybody his age. Because
So then why not stop contacting him?
that's what was going to happen, but these people come in and said,
When was that going to happen?
because I figured this is wasting my time and his time. That's it.
Wasting it? What do you mean?
In other words, I'm not going to be with him, and he's not going to be with me. No way. No way sexually. No way. But if he wanted to talk to
But
me
we met
about,
him on.
talk to me about sexual things with me, about his sex life, then it's fine. I'll listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been 14 once too.
Right. We all were.
Yeah, and I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have did when I was 14.
Right. Do you think someone who's 14 should be talking to someone in this guise?
No, not on that
No.
site.
No. And under these circumstances, this context. Do you think someone 14 should be having these types of conversations with you or
Well,
any other
with me,
69-year-old? Just with
I
you.
consider myself different, because I told him that I don't think what he should do is be on these sites, and I think he should stick with the people his own age,
Right. How are you different?
because I'm a psychologist.
Okay. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Worcester.
What's the
There's 10 different
institution's name?
colleges.
Yep.
I got
so,
a degree in psychology, and I got a degree in business, and I got a degree in arts. I got 3 degrees
from where?
from Worcester. Well, they call it now, I think it's Worcester University.
Okay.
They called it Worcester State at the time.
Worcester State. And what was your level of degree there?
Bachelor's.
You have a bachelor's of science.
No, you have your bachelor's in science, but one in psychology, one in business, and one in the arts. Actually, I got the arts degree first.
Okay. So with that, your level of education and life experience
Well, my level of education is about
is
69
above
years old.
average,
I'm
right?
69 years old.
And your life experience is that of a 69-year-old male,
Yes,
right? Been around the block a couple times,
have been.
right?
Yeah.
Had a few relationships along the way,
Yes, I did.
right? Why continue talking to this youth on the phone?
I wasn't going to talk to him after what he and it wasn't going to go anywhere. So there's another. I would talk to him when he wanted to talk to me if he had any questions, because he's a child.
He is a child.
Yeah.
He's a child,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So do you think this conversation would have been more appropriate with his mother?
I don't know why he didn't talk to her, but maybe his mother and him. I guess his father doesn't even exist, but his mother and him. I don't know. He never really said, I really care about this. I really care about this.
And what were some of the things you said to him?
Probably anything that a gay guy would say to another gay guy.
Right. Well, not being a gay guy, to talk to another gay guy, help me out. I don't know. What would you say?
Well, I said, according to him, I said a few things.
Well, not him. You. Your recollection of what you said.
We probably talked about sex,
Like what?
I don't know, a few times. I don't know. Because I didn't talk to him that much. But he's got it all down, so I'm learning too. I'm learning from him what conversations I did have. And he says I did have some good conversations and I had some bad ones.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I didn't have breakfast
How come?
because I had lunch.
What'd you have for lunch?
You know what? They serve it here every day, but they're different lunches all the time. I don't remember what I had. I don't remember if I had a soup or a salad, because some days they have soups and some days they have salads. And then, let's see. I really can't remember what I had.
But you know you didn't have breakfast.
I know I didn't have breakfast.
So what were the conversations that you had?
Well, some he told me were sexual and some were regular.
What were the sexual ones?
Some about I wanted to say something like that. That's what he said, but I don't know.
Well, you tell me. He didn't send the messages, did he?
I know. And that's why I was really.
I'm asking you. Did he come in, sneak in the house and send the messages?
No,
All right.
no.
Just so I understand. And there's no one else that lives here with you?
No.
And there's no one else that uses your phone?
No.
Okay. So you sent messages to this boy saying what?
Well, a lot of them were just about general conversations.
Right. We're going to get past the general conversation. Right.
Well, I don't even know how many sex talks I had with him because I don't know. He has.
So it was more than one?
I don't know.
So it was only one?
Is it only one or is it more
I'm
than
asking
one?
you. I'm not asking him. I haven't asked him a single question.
Know.
I haven't even asked this man what his name is. I'm asking you. It's your phone. It's your conversation, Ralph.
Well, I said several, so maybe I had several conversations with him. But
Yes, we've been through the several.
I know, but maybe it was only 3, maybe it was 10.
Okay.
But it wasn't 20 or 30 of what you said.
So it's 3. It's 10.
No, I don't.
Whatever that number is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You said you wanted to. Is that accurate?
Supposedly he said that to me.
And what did you say?
I don't remember saying that because I had no intentions of doing that.
Right, so any conversation that took place that was of sexual nature didn't involve you, which is kind of hard to have a conversation with 2 people.
No, it involved
So who's
me.
talking about
It
sex?
involved me.
Right, of course it involves you. So what sexual content did you have with this child on the phone?
I'm trying to be honest with you.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Ralph.
I am.
Hey, look, you're 69 coming in on 70.
Yeah.
You can look at my head and guess my age. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I know when someone's trying to shine me
I know
on.
my father was the
Right.
chief of police. Okay.
Big deal.
So.
Big deal.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is I know my business and I know when someone's trying to jerk me around.
No, I'm not trying to jerk
are.
you off because I don't know how
I didn't
many
say
conversations.
jerk me off. I said jerk me around. I'm not playing this game with you. You know exactly what you said.
No, he told me what I said.
No. You know what you said because you're the one that said it.
I don't remember
because you
saying
wanted to say it.
No, I don't remember.
You did
saying
want to. You wanted to say it to the boy on the phone.
Okay,
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been said.
Okay, whatever you say.
No, it's not what I say. I'm not playing that game where you're
Okay.
looking to other people for the answers.
He's got all the answers.
You
They got
have
all
the
They
answers.
got all the telephone
No,
conversations.
they may have something. I don't know what they have. But we're going to find out in a few minutes.
Okay, well then you find out from them because I don't remember. I don't remember. And that's probably because I had a stroke.
Yeah?
It was
When?
a serious stroke.
When did you have a stroke?
It was one. The worst one was when I was 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally couldn't move my body, and it was a stroke on this side.
Right.
And the second one was about a year after the first one, and I haven't had any since because I've been taking medication for it to keep me from having a stroke again.
Right.
And of course, I don't take my medication on a regular basis because half the time I forget about it.
Well, for your age group, you seem to be pretty tech savvy.
Well, he said I had 138 IQ, and I know I have 138 IQ, but that doesn't mean that I was raised on it. I was raised on a farm out in Wisconsin. It doesn't take a lot of brains to be. It's just my genes in my family.
You're the genius in the family?
No, my genes. My
The
genes.
Okay. You have any questions? We're taking your phone. You understand?
Well, what are you taking it for?
We're going to search it.
Okay.
Okay? Because
think we're
I believe
searching.
that phone contains content with you communicating with a minor for sexual purposes. Tell
No,
me.
he
Tell
already
me I'm
told
wrong.
me. He already told me.
Ralph, you tell me I'm right or wrong.
You could be right, but I wasn't having any intentions of screwing around with a 15 or 14-year-old. Never, because my brother had been through this.
Right. But we've already gone through the point that your brother has nothing to do with this.
No, it doesn't.
Nothing to do with this.
My brother has nothing to do with this. As a matter of fact, he's not. I don't even allow him around me.
Is he out of jail?
He's out of jail.
Ralph, what's your date of birth? You said you've never been arrested?
Never-
Ever?
Well, maybe, let's see. There was a conservator who put my address down. My address was her address, and it wasn't my address. And I was arrested by the state police in Danielson because I had gotten out of a car at a rest area, and I was walking up on the freeway to get off the next exit because I could see the next exit, but I never got off because the trooper pulled me over and said, why was I walking on my on-ramp, and I was trying to get to the next exit so I could get off because my girlfriend had left me with no choice because we were having a fight, and she left me at the exit, and I mean at the rest area, and I had to get home, so they arrested me then.
For what?
No, they gave me a ticket. I'm sorry.
They gave you a ticket.
And then when my conservator at the time, the mail went to her house, and she never notified me that there was otherwise I had to pay $50.
Who's your conservator now?
I don't have a conservator.
You don't? Why not?
Do I look like I need a conservator? I never
No.
needed a conservator. My brother,
You said you're conservator.
yes,
So how did you have one?
the state appointed one
Why?
because it was my brother that really actually caused this to all happen, because that's what I finally found out that he was the one that was behind this. He said I was not normal, slow, or something like that, and they put me in one nursing home after another nursing home for 5 years. And when I found out it was him, I could have killed him, but I was in a nursing home situation, and I could totally walk and talk and everything.
How old were you when this happened to you?
Just recently.
Just recently.
Yeah, in other words, I just got out, probably in the last year or so.
Okay. So you don't need a conservator?
No.
No. You have all your faculties?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because the conservator the last one that bowed out, she said that I really don't need a conservator. So
Was that through a probate court?
it probably could have been probate court. I don't know what court it was, but it sounds like that sounds right. But I haven't been. I don't have the memory I had because the stroke I had. But I get by.
Well, you remember things you want to do, right?
Well, I want to go back to school. I want to go out to college again.
Right.
So I better have pretty good. You know, I want to learn some more.
Yeah. What do you want to learn?
Well, the last course I took in these local colleges was a nursing course, and I passed.
You did? Where'd you take that? Up here at QVCC?
Yep.
When was that?
Maybe 6-7 years ago, because time flies, and I don't even know how long it was.
And that was your last college course?
Yeah, because yes.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Are you here to arrest me?
I'm here to take notes.
Oh, well, that's good.
So what are your thoughts about all this?
What my thought is that I guess I'm never going to make this mistake again.
Yeah?
Yep.
How many people do you talk to on?
They don't put the number in there. You have to write them something.
Right. You have to put a message on there.
Yeah.
Right. But
You
they,
can see in my phone.
they must have an account with a face number or a screen name or something, so you know who you're communicating with.
Yeah, but I never see myself on there. But even though I guess other people see me on there, I guess I never see my own face.
Yeah. Do you have an account number or a screen name for?
I don't.
You don't?
No, because I don't pay. In other words, the freebies, it only goes, it's limited to certain things. It's limited to certain things, a grinder. If you don't pay, you don't get all the privileges that you do if you do pay. I don't pay because I can't afford it,
Right.
okay?
What's your email address?
It's my name, together,
Together, your name? All of it?
Ralph, one,
Right. Your phone, who's the service provider for your phone?
consumer cellular. And you can take it if you want it.
Okay. What's your phone number?
860.
Yep.
And that's the only number I've had for the last few years.
That's the only one? Okay. Do you have a passcode for your phone? How do you unlock it?
I use my birthday. That's it. It's a four digit. So
How you get into the phone?
yeah, because it's got a fingerprint too, but I didn't use that.
Use that one?
Huh?
You didn't use that
I
one?
didn't use that one. Yeah, it's got a finger. In other words, you can put down your thing, but I didn't get to that because I don't think I should, because I wanted to have something I would remember, and that's my 1003.
1003. Okay. So what do you think I should do?
I don't know. You can take my phone if you want.
Okay. We're going to take that and go look through it.
Okay.
All right. You want to give us consent to look through your phone so we can find these things in there?
Yeah, because I don't really have anything to hide.
Nothing to hide? Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You can tell me after you go through it.
All right. Well, we're going to get a form and have you sign that if you want to. You don't have to. You can
Yeah,
tell
but
me
when am I
no.
going to get my phone back?
Well, as soon as we can.
Okay, because, I need it just like anybody else.
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe 10 to 14 days.
Oh, well, that's too long.
Yeah. I can get it to you sooner if I can, but I don't want to give you a false hope I'm going to get it sooner than that.
But I'll tell you what, I would rather not be without it for 14 days.
Right. I'll do what I can, but I can't make a promise because I'm not the one that does the download of the phone.
Well, there's really nothing on there.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I said there's really no problem,
Okay.
I mean, other than talking to this kid, I guess I must have called him once or twice. I don't know.
Did you save this? Go ahead.
Other than that, the grinder stuff, I don't even know if you can get that.
Right.
His number's on there.
What is it saved as? You have it saved in the phone?
It's a 600 number.
600 number?
Whatever the other things are past that, I don't know.
Okay. 600 is. Do you think that's?
It starts with a 6.
602.
Okay.
Then there's the 3 numbers in the middle, and then there's the numbers at the end. It's the only one with 6 on it.
Did you save them in your phone so you could call them, or did you have to dial that number every time?
I had to dial the number every time, but I already had it there, so that's all I have to do is go back and I could see it.
And hit it.
And that's how many times I've called. So you can go by that, because you can just go back to
Right.
whatever comes up. I would say it several times.
Okay.
Maybe not even. I don't know.
Did you ever make any plans to get the boy here?
No.
No. Did you ever talk about that with him?
Well, I only can take the bus, and he only can take the bus.
Right.
So he would have to come here, or I'd have to go there.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. So did you ever plan to go see him?
No.
How come you wouldn't visit him at his house?
He lived in Putnam.
Right. It's not like the moon.
But you have to take two or three different buses to get to I know what it's like to go to Putnam,
Okay.
because every time I go, if I have to go to the probate office,
Yep.
it takes a half a day to get there. So I wasn't going to do that at all.
No? How come? I mean, what else? Honestly, Ralph, what else are you doing during the day? You pick a day during the week. You weren't going to visit him at his house? How come?
I wasn't going to visit him at his house because it's in Putnam.
In Putnam. Okay. How about him visiting here?
If he wanted to come here, he could come here anytime. Can't stop him. I mean, I could stop him.
You could. You
Right.
could stop calling him.
I'm gonna.
You could tell him, you can't talk to me. You could tell him, you can't ever come to my house. Are any of those messages, any of them say that?
No.
None of them.
No.
You weren't going to visit him at his house, but he could have come here.
I decided long before these guys arrived. I decided that this is not gonna be anymore, because it's not right for him to think of me like I know what he was thinking, and I confronted him on that. That he was looking at me, and I wouldn't do anything with it. Plus, I have AD.
Right. How did you confront him?
I didn't confront him. I never seen him.
You said you confronted him on it, about his mindset.
Yes, on the phone.
Right.
Not in person.
I
never
didn't
met
say
him.
in person. I just used the words that
Yeah.
you used.
Yes.
I'm not inventing
Yes,
them.
you can see whatever my phone messages are. They may not be any content, but you can tell how many times I've called them.
Right. But any of those messages say, don't come here?
Probably,
Oh, they do?
yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Right? Why not out with that when we were first here?
Because I don't know. I don't think I sent him any messages like that, but I don't know.
Just send them
I
in.
remember talking to him about he should stick around his own kind, own age.
Right. But you still wanted to be helpful.
It's my nature. It's my nature.
To be helpful. Who else are you helping?
I've helped out a lot of people in my life.
Right. In the last 3 months, who have you helped?
I don't know, because I'm familiar with this area.
Where are you from?
I was from Willimantic, and I was before. I lived in Putnam for 28 years. Oh no, 32 years.
Okay.
32 years I lived in Putnam,
Right.
in a single-family house.
Right. And
And I
you're not
know.
familiar with the town to the south where all the stores are?
This town to the south,
Yeah. Where are you right now?
Danielson.
Right. You're not familiar with Danielson?
I was at the shelter for 4 times,
Right.
so I was familiar with Danielson.
Right.
And I have to catch the bus every time down there.
So you're helpful. You're going to be helpful to this kid. Who else are you helping? You helping anyone else? I'm just asking because you told me you're a helpful guy.
I can't think of
So
anybody.
there's only one person you were going to be helpful for. What help were
I
you
help
going to
a
give
lot
him?
of people.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm just asking who they might be.
Well, one person is Elza Benbenick, and she was my conservator.
Right, and you helped her.
No, I'm still helping her.
Still
And I
helping
helped
her?
her before that,
Right.
because
Any other 14-year-olds that you're helping?
no,
Just this one.
I never helped him anyway. I've never helped him, give him, money or anything.
Right.
I was going to send him some bus tickets, and I was going to ask if I could mail them to the library, and he said, no, he won't come here. So that's what the was thing. It's because he said he didn't have any bus pass. So I was going to mail them to the library. I didn't even want to know his street address,
Why would you mail them to the library?
because he could pick them up at the library in Putnam.
Okay, but why not mail them to his house?
I didn't ask him for his address.
Right, but why not mail them to the house, Ralph?
Maybe I did. I don't know.
If I want to send someone bus tickets...
Maybe I did, but I didn't get a street number. I just got a street.
What's that?
I don't know what the name of it is anymore. I don't know.
So you're offered to buy him bus tickets because he
Well, I
can't
get-
drive and neither can you.
I get 15 for $10, and it's $1 a pass.
Okay.
So
And you
I-
get him for free.
no, they're 15 for $10.
Okay.
So that's 5 extra tickets.
Right.
So I was going to give them maybe 8 tickets because I don't use them that much.
Why send tickets to the post office?
To the library.
To the library. Right. Thank you for correcting me with your memory. I appreciate that. How are you going to get him to the post office?
He's going to have to. He's not going to the post office. He's going to the
Library, excuse me.
Everybody knows where the library is in Webster. I mean, in Putnam.
Right.
I didn't go there because I went to the when it was the old library.
Right. And he's going to take the bus down here to where?
He could take the bus anywhere he wanted. He says he takes the bus already.
But the tickets you were going to send him to the library, where was he going to take the bus?
I don't know. I don't live in Putnam no more.
Yeah, but you lived there for 32 years. The purpose of
I
you
never-
sending
I
him
never-
tickets was what?
I had a car then.
Right.
I had a car in
Right.
Putnam.
You sent him tickets. Did you send them
That's
or you were
because-
going to send them?
I didn't send him yet.
Where are they?
In the, there's a little package of them right next to the, right on the side table.
All right. Do you mind if my partner goes and gets those tickets and we'll
Well,
take a
don't-
look at them?
Yeah, there's
Is that
nothing.
okay?
They're my tickets for the bus.
Great. Do you mind if he brings them in here?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting him go in there.
It's a brown little envelope about this big. Yes.
So you were going to mail the boy tickets,
Yes.
right? And where was he going to go? Miami? Where was he going to
You're
go with the
trying to be
tickets?
funny now,
I'm not.
too.
I'm trying to figure out where.
Why Miami?
Where's he
been to
going?
Miami.
You told me he could have gone anywhere. So where was he going to go?
He's already got tickets anyway.
Those
Come to
tickets are
find
only
out.
good for where?
For here,
Right.
Thompson to Brooklyn.
Right. So those tickets don't go everywhere.
No, they go Thompson to Brooklyn.
Right. Did he have a need to go to Thompson?
I don't know.
We were going to send him tickets.
I didn't send him yet
I understand that.
because we just met. I consider us just meeting. But you said it was been 3 weeks, so I guess it's been 2 weeks.
So the tickets weren't going to bring him anywhere he needed to go except for where?
No, he might not need to. He might need to go to the shops at that what's that plaza called? TJ Maxx and stuff like that. It doesn't matter.
Did he say that's where he needed to go?
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say. I mean, he didn't use specific places.
So whose idea was the tickets?
I just said I get extra tickets every time I pay for them. So, but I never sent them
So you offered the tickets.
because I know that he uses the bus.
Right. He can use the bus.
That's all his choices are, is to use the bus. You know.
Right. And a 14-year-old's not going to go to Thompson because there's nothing there.
What do you mean? There's
Nothing in Thompson
There's
for him to go do.
what are you talking about? Where the library is? There's a big complex.
Right. And he lives in Putnam. Why would he need to go out to the middle of nowhere for that nonsense complex? He doesn't. He's not
lives
going to go
there's
swing on
plenty of stuff
swings.
to do in Putnam, and there's plenty of stuff to do in Killingley, and there's plenty of stuff to do in Danielson, and there's plenty of stuff to do in like the.
Right.
like
But he wasn't going to any of those places, Ralph.
He didn't go. He didn't come to me neither.
Right. Because you didn't send him the tickets.
No, he has his own tickets. I told you that.
Right.
I told you that. He has his own tickets. You can ask him. He's got his own
We'll
tickets.
probably ask him a few questions.
Sure. You can. You can ask him anything you
I'm
want.
going to,
Okay.
just so you know.
Okay.
Do you think his answers are going to be different from yours?
I think they're going to be the same.
You do?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well,
Is he going to tell me he
Similar.
can't remember?
similar. No, I can't remember because I
Right.
had a stroke. And
Is
some
he
of the
going to
things
tell me about how he met you? What's he going to tell me?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. I obviously met him.
Right. I know, we've been through that already.
Okay. And I never met him. So.
Right. Where's the bus let off down here?
The bus, it goes anywhere you want to go within reason, within a half a mile of any destination they already stop. They say it right in the thing when you read your contract.
So right here. You want to?
They could go right here.
You go right here if you want
Because they actually go right here every hour.
to. Right. Bus comes in here all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I use it.
Right. Because it picks you up here and drops people off here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I don't like going to other towns. I maybe go to the Walmart. That's about it.
That's in Putnam.
No, that's here.
You talking about the one in Brooklyn or the one in
Brooklyn,
Putnam?
Brooklyn, because Brooklyn's a lot closer than me.
Sure is. Sure is.
And when I was in Putnam, I went to the Walmart in Putnam.
Right. I'm just curious, it's okay for him to come here and ride the bus, but it wasn't, and you ride the bus, right? You take the bus to wherever you need to go, but you didn't want to take the bus to his house when it would have dropped you there.
No, actually, I was going to take the bus to the library.
To his house is my question.
No, I was going to take the bus to the library and meet him at the library.
Okay. In
But-
Putnam.
In Putnam. But I never went.
All right. So you were going to meet him in Putnam.
I was thinking about it. I mean, how can you say good and good? Because I usually don't leave this place very much, unless I have something to do.
Right, well, that's when people leave, when they have something to do.
Yeah. But
Right.
I don't leave this place very much.
Right. That's why you had all the time in the day to go meet him at home if you wanted to, and meet his mother. You seem to know about the inner dynamics of his family.
Listen, his mother would have. We would have got along just fine, but I don't know.
You think?
Because I don't. Yeah. Yes, I do think.
What would the conversation have been between you and this 14-year-old's mother been like? Tell me how that conversation would have gone.
I would have told her that I'm definitely not a sex predator. I've never been accused of being a sex predator, and I never was a sex predator.
So that's the first thing you would tell her?
No, that would probably come up into the conversation.
Why is
because
that?
I want her to know.
Right. Why would that come up in the conversation?
I'd want her to know. This, like, I probably even tell her that if she wanted to talk about him, I'd probably say he wants to do some stuff, and he should stick with his own age and to do those things.
Why would the sex predator conversation come up with his mother between you and her?
If it did ever come up, I wouldn't mind talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you done?
I can be.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. I'll be back, Ralph.
Ralph, you have Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know. The only thing I have is what they have here.
You have internet service?
Internet. Well, I don't think I have it at the moment because I use my phone, my regular phone.
Okay.
I have a tablet. No, it's a like a computer, but I don't know how to hook it up. The computer's brand new. I mean, it's old, but it's brand new. I bought it maybe 4 or 5 months ago, but I've never hooked it up. It's in there too.
Is it in a closet in there?
I'll go get it. Actually, there's two of them. One I lost.